Hello everyone, this is Anita C. In this video, I'm going to give you my honest review of the Silversea cruise that I took in July 2024. As you can see, I'm taking the Silver Whisper fleet, departing from Venice, going to a few ports in Croatia, and then one port in Slovenia, and returning to Venice, Italy. So it's a short 8 days, 7 nights cruise. So as you may know, Silversea is the top leading luxury cruise line in the industry. So I'm not just going to share with you all the good things, but I'm going to share with you some tips in my planning process, in my booking process. So hopefully can help you if you plan to book or considering to book Silversea in the future. And in addition to this video, I have a series of video about my trip. So from the room tour, from the suite that I have, to all the facilities, as well as all the F&B outlet. And then for each port, for the excursion that I took, there's one video of that as well. So you can zoom in, it's not long video, so you can break it out and watch it as you like. And if you like what you're seeing, please kindly subscribe to my channel, comment, like, and share. I appreciate that. Okay, let's start with the booking process. I booked the door-to-door package. Do not include the flight, but do include the transfer from my house to the airport, and then upon my return from the airport back to my house. So if you're like me that you need to Uber, you can compare the price difference between door-to-door and port-to-port and see if it makes sense for you to add this option on. Blacklane is a good luxury car service company, and if you do the math, sometimes they have great deal, then you take on this option. But interesting thing, observation or opinion for me is if the door-to-door is from the departing destination like Venice Hotel or Venice Airport to the cruise port, and then vice versa, it has more value to me because we all know how to get to the airport in our hometown. But in a new city, especially like Venice, where the taxi is needed, things like that, it may be more convenient if the door-to-door is from Venice to the cruise port. Okay, this is my car from Blacklane, from my house to the airport. Okay, so after I book and pay the initial deposit, I was given the login, so I can use my email and set up a password to get into the Silversea website portal, My Silversea. So there are a lot of things, a lot of information on the portal, but there are some things that cannot be done. For example, in this portal, there is no payment gateway. So you cannot pay via the portal. You actually have to call the agent up, or in my case, I booked direct. They assigned a cruise specialist to me, and I have to stick with that lady for the entire process, and she take care of my payment link and everything and send it to me. So you have to go through a person, and also like online check-in. You can put in all the passport information, all the information, but the end, you will not be given an online boarding pass or things like that. Actually, the specialist has to email it to you. So there are things that cannot be done. But there are good things about the portal. For example, when you book, try to select the cabin that you want. Okay, now I'm going to share with you one of my secret tips on how I select the cabin. So actually I booked the Superior Suite, which is 2 levels up from the base category. But when I look at the deck plan, actually other than the big suites, all other smaller suite category are almost the same in size, only in different floors and different location. So what I do normally is I look at where are their biggest suites. So I can see they're all on the 7th floor, and this is why I want a suite category on that floor. And then you can see I booked 716 is the one next to all the big suites. So this is normally how I pick the suite or the cabin, is as close as the highest category suites as possible in that floor or in that location, because we all know they're going to allocate the best for the suites. And then try booking your inclusive excursion as early as possible. So you can see there are some included excursion, there are some selected excursion that you have to pay extra. So go to the web portal after you book and just book it in. You can cancel it anytime, but they do not allow duplicate booking, but you just book it in, book what you want as soon as possible, because there's a possibility that can be sold out. In fact, I use my onboard credit to book 2 selected excursions. One is a $199 per person, one is $149 per person. One is to go sailing, and one is to go to the cave experience in Slovenia. Actually, when I booked the sailing one, it's already sold out. I'm put on waitlist, and later on, I think there are more people who want to get on, and they opened it up and I got it on. So book as soon as possible or get on the wait list. You will have the opportunity to get what you want. Okay, so other than the paid excursion, I'm going to share with you my secret tip on how I selected the include excursion. It may not apply in all the cruises, but for this specific one, for Croatia, we know the cruise port is pretty close to the town and within walking distance to a lot of the old towns or attraction. So what we have done is we pick the longest excursion, the one that is furthest out, because we know when we get back we will always have the opportunity to be able to walk around. So that's how we select the included excursion. And to be fair, we read reviews talking about the included excursions are no good, but based on our own experience, if you choose what we choose, although there are some more extensive trekking or hiking, that if you're able to do it, it's pretty good. So I have to be fair to say, pick the right excursions and not just a walking tour around the old town, because you can do it on your own. That will be my tip on selecting the excursion. Okay, so now we get on board. One of the big perk for us is free Wi-Fi connection. We really need it. So anyway, we do not go and pay for the premium. We just have the standard free Wi-Fi, and maybe because it's very close to the coast, the connection is really good. So this is one of the things, the all-inclusive cruise, that the Wi-Fi connection is pretty much appreciated. And of course, the butler service is excellent, although we do not use it to a great extent, which we overheard conversation that people call the butler for everything. But we do not need our butler to unpack and pack our clothing. We do not need them to clean our shoes and bring us coffee or tea or snacks or whatever. So we're pretty much very easy that way. Even when I stay at Ritz-Carlton or St. Regis that they have butler service, I do not use them to the huge extent. But they are definitely very, very friendly and very professional in what they are doing. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's see what I got when I get in the room. I got the welcome champagne. And then 2 water bottles that the butler filled it up with water every day for us to take out. And then normally the turn down service they put in a small chocolate, but one night they do put in a box of the Pierre Macalini chocolate, which is nice. And then on our day of anniversary, they bring in a small cake with happy anniversary there, so which is very thoughtful as well. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about the dining experience a little bit. I'm not going to go into too much details because I have another video on a complete review of all the F&B dining venues and all the meals that we took, the food photos and the wines and everything. So you can take a look at that video if you want to dive into this area. But one thing that I want to share is the in-suite, which is the room service breakfast, is really good, especially for days that you have to go out early for excursion. You can have them delivered to you right in the room, and they set it up very nicely. The food is good, and the menu is actually exactly as what you get in the restaurant. So, and there's no extra charge for sure. So this is something that you will consider or may consider. Okay, so this is La Terraza. This restaurant you do need to make booking for the evening. And the same as the grill, you do need to make reservation in the evening. This is why you need to get on your portal and book it. And then the restaurant is actually open for any walk-in, so you can go in at any time for dinner and such. Okay, so this one is a paid restaurant. Actually, a dining fee of $60 per person is required to dine at this restaurant, La Dame. And for the dress code, the gentleman needs to have a jacket. So please bring a jacket with you. And most ladies dress up very nicely with the evening gown or cocktail dress. And you know, the food in this restaurant, you know, even the wine they serve and everything is very good. They even have caviar as the appetizer, steak and lobster. The food, the service, everything is so good. But one of the things that I find very interesting is the space between each table is so close to each other. It's so packed, and that's what I don't expect. Especially even in the normal restaurant, it is quite spacious. But at this specific restaurant, the table setting and everything is so close to each other, which quite surprised me. But just a heads up. So we also use our onboard credit at the spa facility. I did a facial and my husband did a massage. So it's very nice, very professional service, and they use good quality product. And one thing I like is, although they may still suggest to use some product, but they're not hard selling anything to you. So you can feel relaxed when you're doing the treatment at the spa facility. Last but not least, let me talk about the entertainment. So there is one night that they have a special show on from Roger Wright. He was the first man in the UK original West End cast to play the role of Adol Simbar in Disney's Lion King. So that show is pretty interesting. And if you, on your cruise, has a night with a special show, probably you should get to see it, because it's very interesting that the show every night was not full, and a lot of people do not even go and watch the show. But this one night, the show is pretty good, and I do recommend that. So other than that, actually on each night when you're watching the show, drinks and snacks cannabis will be served, so which is another good way to enjoy the entertainment. And then on the first or second night or welcome, the captain do have a small welcome show to talk about himself, to talk about the itinerary, to introduce us to the department head and what to expect on this cruise. And we love the captain. He's really interesting and talkative, and it's a really good cruise that way. And again, every night, they give you drinks when you're watching the entertainment. And for other nights, other than the special night, is from the Silversea cruise team, the entertainment team, which is good. And on the last night, they have a farewell show as well. The department head, not just department head, but everyone, every key staff come and say goodbye, and which is a pretty nice show to wrap up our nice itinerary at Silversea Cruise. So you hear a lot of good things about our experience and a few tips. So we have enjoyed the cruise, and I hope you enjoyed my video sharing all the tips as well. So see you next time.